Hello everyone, this is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and today we are taking a look at an incredibly cool limited edition Gretsch hollow body electric guitar made in collaboration with a very legendary recording studio or recording studios. This is the Gretsch limited edition Abbey Road Studiomatic electric guitar in a stunning and classic Gretsch style looking walnut stain finish. Look over there, the headstock. If you read that plaque over there in the middle, it indeed reads Abbey Road Studiomatic. So, again, made in collaboration with that very legendary recording studio. That is obviously also very much associated with a band that was very popular at that recording studios. I believe that they even made an album by the same name of that studio, so named Abbey Road. Can't quite come up with the name of that band, but yeah, the guitar player of that very band, so George Harrison, obviously, he was obviously also very much known to play Gretsch in the early days. So therefore, this is then also pretty inspired by that model. So the Country Gentleman that he played, obviously a double cutaway body shape, kind of a similar body style overall, although a little bit smaller, hollow body, and also that really classic looking walnut stain finish. But apart from that, from those classic looks, this guitar really does pack some very unique features underneath the hood, especially this switch over here that we will get into, that we will dive into in just a short while. Also got some push-pulls going on. So yeah, this is really a model developed with a recording studio in mind, because this filter is then also made in in collaboration with Abbey Road Studios. This filter kind of like takes care of something that they do a lot over there, so that's incredibly cool. Yeah, all in all, that is so yeah, that is really cool. But apart from those unique features, this is still a very much classic Gretsch hollow body electric guitar, obviously with a very cool Gretsch Bixby, and yeah, again, classic Gretsch looks. So a really fantastic and a very cool guitar. So let's dive into the specs. So we've got a laminated maple hollow body construction, so laminated maple top, sides and back, again obviously in this very stunning looking walnut stain finish, very traditional and classic. Obviously dual sound holes, because this is completely hollow. They are real sound holes, not like the Country Gentleman where they're like painted on. It is also a little bit deep. It is not like completely super deep as in like big arch top deep, but it is I believe 2.25 inches deep. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it is indeed 2.25 inches deep. So it is not as deep as, again, like a jazz box, but it is also not as thin as like an ES style guitar. So kind of like gets the best of both worlds. Also still get plenty of sound like acoustically, so that's also quite nice. We've then also got some very nice looking binding around the top as well as on the back, which is then 3-ply binding on both the top and the back. We've got then all gold hardware, starting off with the pickups. Those are some custom Filtertron pickups. So these are not like the official made in USA TV Jones Filtertron pickups, but they definitely do sound very close to that. But then, yeah, a little bit more affordable, but don't let it fool you and then think that these do not sound good, because these sound really great. Even got like the very classic looking pulpy style and like the construction style, so it looks really classic. Also got those very cool gold plastic pickup rings. Got then a floating bridge also with a gold Studiomatic bridge. And then the base is made out of ebony. We've then got a Gretsch style Bixby tailpiece, like a B5 tailpiece. That is, yeah, just really fantastic. Or even a B6, this is, I believe. But this being like the non-USA made one, this is then a B60. But it is kind of like, yeah, a very much classic designed Bixby Gretsch tailpiece, or Gretsch Bixby tailpiece, and it works really well. Then we've got a black pickguard with your Gretsch logo there in black over here underneath the clear layer of plastic. Got a master volume over here for the entire guitar, and then we've got 2 tone controls. So you've got, yeah, these 2 rotary controls are then just your tone controls for each of your pickups, and then a master volume control, and then obviously this is then the 3 pickup selector switch, so you can still kind of like basically get all of the tones that you're used to from like a 2 pickup electric guitar, which then has like 2 volume and 2 tone controls. But the only thing that you're really missing out is that you cannot like blend the 2 in the middle position because you've just got 1 volume control. But these 2 tone controls also are then push-pull, and you have this switch over here. Let's just first start off with the switch, because this, maybe you can read that in that poker chip over there, that kind of like a clear colored poker chip. It is a rumble filter. So you've got 2 settings, you've got 1 and 2, and what this then does, according to the Gretsch website, this cuts out or kind of like takes care of like the low frequencies that you could run into while recording in the studio. So it's almost kind of like a preamp or like a pre-mixing style of a control, so that you do not have to EQ that afterwards after having done the recording. So that is actually really cool. It does give you quite some unique tones that we are not quite used to from just regular 2 pickup or 2 humbucker electric guitars. So that is very, very cool. Then also, like I said earlier, like made or developed in collaboration with Abbey Studios, so like studio engineers over there. So yeah, making it really an Abbey Road model. These 2 tone controls are then also push-pulls, which then activates that rumble filter for each of your Filtertron humbucker pickups, so that you can still get quite some more tones as compared to just having like your tone control, just your regular rotary tone control, so that you can like have the rumble filter activated on just your bridge pickup or just your neck pickup. So that is really, really cool to see. Got your input jack over here on the side. Then moving on to the neck. That is what appears to be a maple neck. Yeah, that is indeed a maple neck with a scarf joint. Fingerboard made out of ebony. Features these pearloid thumbnail inlays. Also got some really nice looking binding with also kind of like the Gretsch style side inlays with like a little dark or like a black rim around the dots. So that looks very, very cool, and also again very much Gretsch in style. As for the profile, they are describing it as a classic C shape, and C is definitely accurate. This is very much just like a medium neck. Like, it is really nothing out of the ordinary, as in that it is not too big, not too thin, very much accessible. Really nothing special, but like in a good way. Like that is, it just plays really great. And I am sure that most people will get around this neck just perfectly fine. Got a Gravtech nut, and then we've got the very cool looking Gretsch headstock overlay, again with that Abbey Road Studiomatic golden plaque over there in the middle. And then we've also got some binding around that headstock, and then here on the back we've got these very nice golden locking tuners, die-cast locking tuners that work really, really great. And then the last thing to mention, it also comes with a hard shell case, a very cool hard shell case, a very bright red with, I believe, a red interior. Let's see. Yeah, or actually like a turquoise interior. It is totally unique. I've never quite seen a case like this. It is very bright, so yeah, very much non-traditional, but at the same time this is still a very traditional inspired electric guitar. So in a weird way it does feel kind of traditional, but kind of like, I think that this would be a very cool case that you would like see in the late 1960s, even though they probably didn't exist, but I could like see that in that time era, if that makes sense. Either way, just a very cool case in my humble opinion. So that is pretty much all that is to cover of this very unique, brand new limited edition Gretsch electric guitar, the Abbey Road Studiomatic, again made in collaboration with the folks themselves at Abbey Road Studios. Obviously one of the most, if not the most legendary recording studio in music history, definitely in British music history. Obviously the Beatles were there, and many acts before and after that. It's pretty common obviously to like associate Abbey Road with the Beatles, but so many big names have recorded there and are still recording there to this day. And yeah, they also do know how to come up with some very cool ideas for very cool electric guitars. And this just goes to show, this is the proof of that. So again, really cool guitar, plays and sounds really great, and has those unique tones. So let's then move on to that part and let's then hear what it sounds like. But first, if you're interested in this brand new Gretsch Abbey Road Studiomatic electric guitar, limited edition electric guitar, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of cool electric guitars like these, cool acoustics, bass guitars even, all that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and to follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's hear what this brand new limited edition Gretsch Abbey Road Studiomatic electric guitar sounds like. Going to be playing it through this late 1970s Fender Pro Reverb, and let's then together discover all of these unique tones that this very cool limited edition Gretsch all has in store for us. So let's then move on to that part and let's then take it for a spin. you.